What's up, everyone? We're in North Denver walking a 34-unit apartment building. It's a classic value-add play that Terrance Doyle has taken down. Iron Capital is co-sponsoring it, and we're going to do a property walk. Closed about 2 weeks ago. We're going to go through and walk a vacant property, talk the business plan, and just talk some high-level mechanics. So Terrance, we closed it 2 weeks ago. Give us some filler on the seller of the story.
Everything that we do, we try and do off market from sellers that are legacy owners, right? So this gentleman owned this building for 30 plus years. And as you guys are going to see, hasn't done anything exterior or interior. Our three things are clean, safe, affordable, right? So that's everything. So clean is going to be, we're going to go in there, give them new flooring, cabinets, countertops, appliances, light fixtures. And the big thing for us is everything must work, right? So functional. So in this kind of market segment, the key for everyone is, and they're willing to pay a premium, if it's clean, safe, everything works, and it's affordable, right? And so that's kind of where we've found our niche in the market, is just playing in that space. And, we kind of serve the masses, right? And so typically everyone in our buildings is making somewhere between $50,000 and $80,000, and they're right down the middle of the fairway in terms of workforce, skilled labor, hospitality, nurses, teachers, things of that nature. And that's, typically where we've played, and that's where we're really comfortable and have the most experience. So that's what we're going to see here. It's pretty simple. Pretty simple business model. Obviously, the execution, there's a lot of nuances, and thankfully we've done it a lot, and we feel really comfortable in the space. So,
what's the high level of? We had two buildings, a lot in the middle. Give us the layout and the rough plan.
So it's mostly one bedrooms. There's some twos. This is Adams County. What I actually like about Adams County, most people don't realize, is that there's no rules against short-term rental. So not like we're going to make this into a hotel, but there are companies out there that are willing to pay a premium so that they can bring in corporate and use it as a corporate rental or to run their Airbnb business. So, we're not advertising that, but it is one of the interesting things about Adams County. There's also a brand new development 3 or 4 blocks away, KB Homes, Richmond Homes. I think they built 400 or 500 sites. It started in 2017, finished in 21, and the entire complex is sold out. And so we like that it's in the path of progress. So this is, 34 units, 17 units, 17 units. There is a lot in the middle. We're probably going to make that like a community center. We'll do a pergola with barbecue, benches, do the string lights. We'll probably have a dog park there and some fences. Just a place to build community. When residents feel like they have community, they're more likely to renew and stay longer. And that's really the goal for owning apartments, is renewals. You make your money on the renewals. And so that's everything that we do in the buildings is focused on driving renewals. And so that's basically what we have here.
And kind of zooming back to like the tenant class, workforce housing. I mean, you talk a lot about this with like stats and trends. Can you tell us over about like where the workforce housing is and just how that development world is not serving them right now?
Well, it's a real challenge. Like if you look at the whole continuum, on one end, you've got government assistance for people who are really economically disadvantaged, and there's systems and processes to be able to build housing for that. And, there's lots of luxury apartments that are getting built because the economics on that are really attractive, but there's this missing middle for people who are school teachers. They drive ambulances, they're nurses' aides, that, like you said, they make 50 or 70 grand a year, and they need a clean, safe place to live as well, but it's not economical for a new developer to build this kind of product. I can't build this at the price point it needs to be at. So the only alternative is to take an existing asset and renovate it to make it nicer. So you're really shielded from a lot of competition in this segment, which is really nice.
And can you talk about your PM company, Terrance, Live Lavender? I know I might be butchering this, but I think one of your themes on there is you want basic people come in like smell lavender when they come to offer that sense like it's a Class B workforce housing, but you want to give that like Class A experience, right?
Yeah, we want people to feel like they have pride in where they're staying, right? We want them to feel rejuvenated, energized, just like when you go to a spa, you smell that lavender and you feel good, and you feel at peace, you feel at home. And so that's really what the goal of our property management team has always been, is give people something safe, clean, affordable that they enjoy coming home to. They feel good. They can get a good night's rest. They don't have to worry about people breaking into their cars, breaking into their apartments, noise, gunshots, things like that. So as much as we can, we try and clean up the entire block area, trash. We have patrol typically. We're working with the local police department. So we've done several projects in this location, and we've been able to do that at those properties. And so we're really excited to be able to do the same thing here and really just restore it and bring the property back to life in a risk-adjusted and cost-effective manner. Like Lon said, to build this right now in today's market with inflation, you're probably talking $400 to $500 a foot. So the rent would need to be like $2,000, a unit to even just break even. And so what we're able to do is come in here, buy it, and renovate it economically, and still hit those 3 drivers and give back to the market something that they can afford and that's safe and affordable. And if you look around the area at the other kind of Class B or C properties, you're not going to see things that have been brought back to life. And so that's what gives us the advantage.
Awesome. Let's go walk the property.
Go check it out. If you do a good job on the exterior, typically you're able to attract people and get them to sign leases faster, right? And so driving occupancy is key to driving NOI. And so that's really one of the things we do on the exterior is how do we do it in an economical way and still be able to attract and retain people. And so that's what we'll do to the exterior. We'll clean up the parking lot, add trash enclosures. You're gonna see, I think we have a rendering we can show, but we're gonna take up all the shake, the wooden shake. So that'll be shingles. And then we're going to take out the vinyl siding. We're going to redo the stairs. Those stairs over there are actually really bad. These aren't as bad, so we'll just repair here. And that'll probably be the extent. The nice thing is it already has new windows. Some of the ACs are new, I think half of them about. So, and I think one of the roofs was redone 2 years ago, and then we'll have to do the other one. So some of the CapEx actually is done. We're just going to come in here and make it look prettier and more attractive. So that'll be the goal on the exterior. So I would say by like next May, this will look completely different. Going into winter, where you can only do so much depending on the weather. So we'll get a head start on the interior, and then going into spring, and by May, this will look completely different. So
how do you start like turning tenants, giving notices? What's the general process like that?
Yeah, so the first thing we do is we give them each a letter, and we come by door to door, introduce ourselves, and let them know new management company, new ownership. Here's what we're going to be doing, and who the point of contact is, any maintenance issues, things like that. It's really just putting a face with a piece of paper so they know who they can reach out to. And then at the end of the month, we'll be issuing like a 30-day notices to this building, which basically gives them time, and we will help them transition into another place. We're basically going to say, look, the place is really underutilized, and there's some really outdated things going on in your apartment that aren't even safe anymore. So we're going to improve the property, and with that, we'll help with their moving expenses. We'll help them find other places to live. And so I would think by like mid-January, this building should be pretty close to vacant, and that helps us it helps us to have a safer and cleaner job site. So we don't have people going up and down stairs. So only people here will be our construction team. And
also month to month right now?
They're mostly all month to month. I think 1 or 2 end in January, February. So that's the other thing when we're finding deals. That was a great point. When we're looking at deals, we're always trying to find deals that have legacy owners that typically all are month to month.
Yep, that's what it usually looks like.
That's right. So we don't have to wait 12 months to get people out. So then we can basically just grow the NOI much faster, which helps improve the return.
Absolutely. Speeds up the whole project.
That's right. Yeah. So I think that's the exterior. Let's go check it out inside. So the key in this location is, like Lon said, it's all workforce. So you don't need to do granite. Back in the day, we used to do granite on everything, quartz. We just get a laminate slab, and then we're able to stain it like a black or dark gray. And then it looks really good. It goes with the white cabinets, and it's pretty durable. And but you roughly save $1,000 a kitchen. And so when you're doing whatever a year, 500 to 600 kitchens like we do, it ends up being a lot of money saved. And then that goes back into the overall return for the property. White appliances, you don't need stainless steel. And we'll do an LVP plank flooring. We're buying flooring, we buy it in bulk. We're typically like $130, $140 a foot. Yeah, so pretty cheap. And then all the guys doing the labor only work for VareCo. So you're talking about hourly guys versus having subs that, are going to charge much more. So that process has really helped with quality and speed.
So I know a lot of times you're big fans like doing washer and dryers.
Yeah.
You put one in here, like washer, dryer, dishwasher.
What we realized and my data comes more from like real hand experience, like being on the ground. So like in 2020 and 21, there's a lot of liquidity, inflation everywhere. People had more money. Like we would do backsplash, or we would add a washer dryer, and people were paying $200 or $300 a month for that extra amenity. Right now, in the current economic environment, we're not doing any of that. We're trying to spend as little money as possible, keep the basis as low as possible because debt is higher, to conserve cash, keep the basis low, and wait for basically the tsunami of whatever economic uncertainty to pass. So that's what we're seeing right now. So we won't be doing washer dryer here. We're going to make a really nice laundry room down there. But what we've found in the last 6 months is that people are not as willing to spend the extra $100 or $200 a month for something like a washer dryer. So it doesn't make sense to spend the $5,000 to run the electrical and the plumbing to do it. So we won't be doing that here. We have done it in other places and been really successful with it, but the economy was much different at that point. So that's just not what we're seeing right now. We think that spending the money is not really going to be the best use of dollars. Consumers being more price sensitive across the board is what we're seeing. And so, I think the punchline for any operator or investor is keep your basis low and just give them the bare necessity. Make it clean, make it safe, make it affordable. They don't need all the bells and whistles because they're really not there's going to be fewer and fewer people willing to pay for that right now. So that's kind of our perspective on how that applies to our business.
All right, so thank you for joining us for this property walk. We're going to document the turnaround of these two buildings over the next year and a half as Terrance's team go in there, turn units, make them into better living spaces, and talk about the progress of the whole thing. So Terrance, thanks a lot, man. We appreciate it.
That was great. Stay tuned.